this pathetic planet from the face of the galaxy.
The Force fights with me!
Get on those gun turrets!
Bring her to me.
All Republic forces, pull back!
It is too late to retreat, Admiral. There is no escape for us.
You are strong, child, but I will break you.
I'll never fall to the dark side.
This is but a taste of the dark side.
How can I help? I would like to know what happened after you crashed on Taris. I'm curious as to what you and Karth were doing before we all joined forces. I managed to free myself, as I recall. In fact, if I hadn't been there, Brejik and his thugs might have killed you in that fight. It's probably more accurate to say that I rescued you. I'll admit that I probably wouldn't have been able to free myself if not for the brawl after the swoop race. I guess I should thank you for that, at least. Actually, your presence at the swoop track is what I'm curious about. It couldn't have been an easy task to find me there, yet somehow you managed. You also avoided detection by the Sith, discovered I was a Vulca prisoner, gained sponsorship for the race, and became the Taris swoop champion. That's quite a resume. Yes, well, I hardly consider myself a damsel in distress. I'm a member of the Jedi Order, after all. But I won't deny you've impressed me with what you've done. When you were chosen to join this mission, I doubt any of us expected this much from you. A Jedi could have done such things, of course, but only by drawing heavily upon the Force. Perhaps. But the Force works through all of us to some degree or another. There are some individuals outside the Jedi Order that we consider Force-sensitive. It's obvious to me that the Force has been working through you. There is no other explanation for your great success, though I'm not certain what to make of this discovery. Perhaps if you weren't... well, if you were younger, the Jedi might take you for training. But as it is... I'm sorry. I've overstepped my authority. I'm speaking of things that are best left to the Jedi Council. For now, let's just accept the fact that you're gifted. Hopefully, between your abilities, my Jedi training, and the skills of our companions, we can find a way off this planet.
Yes, what's on your mind? You do? Well, fair enough. What do you want to discuss? I knew you wouldn't understand where I was coming from. Let me try and explain. You got the skills of an elite commando, and you saved my butt more than once. Between that and your facility with languages, I'm lucky you're here. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop watching you being wary. I'm just not built that way. Period. I don't know that yet. Like I said before, it's probably nothing, but I've been betrayed by people before, and well, it won't happen again. That's all. I don't know that you'll betray me, but there are no guarantees. Not for you, not for me. You don't have to take it personally. Well, that's too bad then, because I'm not gonna change. And I don't need all these questions. What I do need is to try and save the galaxy, if that's even possible. Why is whether or not I trust you or anyone so damned important to you? Why do you even care? We don't have time for this, so can we please just drop it for now? Can we pick it up later if you really must? I want to get underway.
Hey there, what can I do for you? I don't want to talk about Griff and Lena. Just the thought of that space tramp makes my blood boil. Subject's closed as far as I'm concerned. If I'm gonna be any help to you, I can't be worrying about my brother running off with some intergalactic skank. So is there something else you need? Okay, have it your way.
How can I help? Then I suggest we move on.
Kin kun no ba muli ra ching kun. Tong hai tun kun ching. Ni bobo jimata ni punaje. Dolpi kik nyunyan. Kachi chu aitha odunga. Kin kun no ba muli ra ching kun. Slima podonna. Rundi haudonga kun hunkabi. Rundi haudonga ku hunkabi. Wana kunbes, chink palamul tong king ba na konkek. Tung ting ta chun kun nek muli rabest. Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu ay taudonga tulpada bonk molya gando danago churchut. Moga shampungpa bolawan na chikni. Pamul slik mo poda na wanga kun bist muli rabest. Tong hay tuam jiji yumalit pa ang inkotu. Tolba da bunk walya gando de nago chuchut. Kachi chu ay thaudunga. Yumalit ka inkotun. Chilo mulra de ne bobo. Unka kun biskang. Bamulara. Shagjikin lor chawata uma? Kavavul pamulji gumana. Kin kun shachiking ni kin kun obamulira jikun? Wama kun bes, chin palamuji. Tunira nu prata dunko, sercha domandoma?
You're back. Did you manage to get Holden to withdraw the price on my head? Then you're going to learn the same lesson I taught Holden. I'm not as helpless as I look.
Ako pa, Jeko pa? Gino mulira king paija. Achuta, wonga kun bis dolpi kikoyana.
Hudu, Tony Rama na prakadonko searcha chupapanki.
Hey, look at this! A real live celebrity right here in my shop. Winning that swoop bike race has made you into something of a local hero. If times weren't so tough, I'd give you a discount, seeing as how you're a big celebrity and all. But with the Sith occupation, I can barely afford to keep the doors open. Because of the Sith quarantine, I haven't been able to stock any new inventory, but I've still got some nice items you might be interested in.
Don't bother me. I'm here on official Sith business.
I saw you in the swoop race. Very impressive. You seem like you know how to get results. That's just the kind of person I'm looking for. My name's Canderous Ordo. I work for Davik Kang in the Exchange. The hours aren't great, but they promised me a fortune to work for them. And I have nothing better to do. Mandalorian mercs like me are in high demand. But lately, Davik hasn't been paying me what he promised. I don't like getting cheated. So I figure it's time for me to break the Sith quarantine and get off this backwater planet. I've got a plan to escape Taris, but I can't do it alone. I need someone I know can get the job done to help me. That's where you come in.
Careful. Mercs like this haven't a lick of conscience. They'll betray you in a heartbeat. This could be a trap.
I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to your friend, aren't I? I saw you win that swoop race and started thinking, anyone crazy enough to race like that is probably crazy enough to break into the Sith military base. I need someone to steal the Sith launch codes from the base. Without those codes, any ship leaving the atmosphere will be disintegrated by the Sith fleet's automated defense guns. Here's the deal. You bring me those launch codes, and I can provide the vehicle to get us off the planet. Davik's flagship, the Ebon Hawk. Getting in won't be easy. The Sith base is protected by an encrypted security system. It would take a top-of-the-line astromech droid to slice through it. Lucky for you, I know just the place to get a droid like that. Davik was having one custom built by Janice Nall. Just tell her Canderous sent you, and she'll sell you the droid. Then you can use it to get the launch codes from the Sith base. Normally I'd do this myself, but everyone knows who I work for. If I broke into the Sith base, they'd send an army down on Davik's estate to get those codes back. That's why I need you.
I don't sense any deception from him, which is surprising. This may be exactly what we need.
I'm going to wait in Javiar's cantina. You come and find me when you've got those launch codes, and I'll make sure we both get off this rock.
No hard feelings, my good man, but I can't really talk with you right now. It's difficult enough to draw the interest of the ladies in this establishment as it is. Surely you understand what I'm talking about. I guess you've experienced many lonely evenings, something I'm hoping to avoid tonight.
That quarantine must be tough when the off-world are stuck.
Check out those Twi'lek dancers. I don't know who designed their outfits, but that man deserves a raise.
Nice outfit. I've seen outcasts in the Undercity who dress better than you.
I'm sorry, I'm too busy to talk. I've got to get these drink orders to the customers.
You seem to be hanging around here an awful lot. You actually going to step into the duel ring sometime? Or are you just here to watch? I don't have time to answer your questions. I need to stay focused for my next match. Maybe Azure can help you out. He's the Hut over there in the corner. He arranges all the duels.
What are you looking at, fresh meat? You want a piece of me? You want to step in the dueling chambers with me? Big talk. Go speak with the Hut in the corner to back it up. He's the duel organizer. I'll look forward to our match. Fresh meat is just what I need to end my losing streak.
Back again? Didn't you get the message last time? I'm not here to make friends. Talk to the duel organizer if you want a match. Otherwise, leave me alone.
Back again? Are you just here to watch the stun duels? Or is there something else I can do for you? The duels themselves are simple enough. Two combatants armed with stun pistols into the ring. One walks out a winner. The other is carried out unconscious on a stretcher. If you're interested in setting up a match, or if you want to place a wager, just go speak to Azure. He's that Hut over in the corner. He'll make all the arrangements. My area of expertise is pretty much limited to the dueling ring and the other combatants here at the cantina. But I'll try to answer any questions you might have. You've come to the right man. I've been dueling here for nearly 20 years, and I remember every duelist who's been through this cantina. Of course, there are only 5 of us left now. Duncan, Gurlon, Ice, Twitch, and me. Bendak Starkiller comes in once in a while, but he's retired now. Duncan, worst duelist ever. His nickname is Deadeye because he fights like he's blind. I wouldn't worry about him. Gurlon used to be pretty good before the accident. His blaster overheated during a match and exploded. 1 in a million occurrence. Paralyzed 3 fingers on his right hand. They call him Gurlon Two Fingers now. He hasn't been the same since the accident. But he's still out here trying to earn a living. That's why I never fight with blasters. Ice? She's not much for personality, but she's a hell of a fighter. Confident, steady, popular with the crowd, too. If you go up against her, you know you're in for a tough match. Twitch? I think that Rhodian is completely crazy, but he's very, very good despite his insanity. Or maybe because of it. Even I can't beat him. Me? I've seen my share of battles. My best years are gone. But I can still hold my own against anyone in here. Except maybe Twitch. What can I say? Bendak was a legend. Never lost a match his entire career. But he was bloodthirsty as an Iridorian battle rager. Never liked having to face the same opponent twice. Got so he wouldn't battle anyone unless it was a death match. When they made death matches illegal, he went into retirement. He still hangs around here sometimes. Bendak's the best there ever was, plain and simple. Even now, I'd bet that anyone who steps into the ring with him wouldn't make it out alive. My area of expertise is pretty much limited to the dueling ring and the other combatants here at the cantina. But I'll try to answer any questions you might have. Only what I heard from the news reports, which are all censored by the Sith. Some pods crashed into the Undercity. Anyone caught harboring survivors will be arrested and executed. Really, I don't think it's any of my business. The Sith want to call themselves rulers of Taris. It's fine by me, just so long as they don't shut the duel ring down. I can only tell you what is recorded in the basic visitor guides. The Upper City is a beautiful destination where intergalactic travelers can find all their basic needs. If you're looking for excitement, the duel rings here are your best bet. Stay out of the Lower City. It's nothing but a gang-ridden slum. Is there anything else you want to know? Only what I heard from the news reports. Really, I don't think it's any of my business. Goodbye, stranger. Maybe we'll talk again later.
It's good to see Marl's still around after all these years. He proves this isn't just a young man's game.
I love watching Ice fight. She proves this isn't just a man's game.
Hava! Uba maska dwana chichopa muska! Kiyokaku! Haku chichopa! Kimba muli radwana ji! Kiska nichu! Oska! Kiska nichu! The hupa botenya go gigi piti!
Ako chikopa! Chino mulera king pajak! Snima puidwana! Kava dumpa kurdi yeya mokapata. Chiskani cho. Yinkin kono bamule rachikun. Togna wong shanun yang. Kava vulpa mulje kumana tonga buksha umenong. Kava vulpa mulje kumana bak mulira. Juni yun tunjiji aitatuana.
Vibroblades and blasters, and nobody ever dies. How come I get the feeling you're trying to take us for a ride?
Chiyoka con molera. Quien conjo peshak. No va moleraji. Chariyon torang chi aitatia. Pula una chinek. Va molera slimo anga kubisking. Chachiska don puta, casabu baka, ho 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 ho. Mocha odonga, ya fulki, tomba toras materia, ashuta, wonga con bistol piki koyana. Awana rota, ayot tago, Kankido banai mechus kochis kanayo. Totora ya fulke gokola jiji. Wacha nechu tomba toras materia. Ashuta wonga kombis dolpeki koyana. Kipona. Ona na kajo, kinda mulera tuana, ta upa botenya go jojo piti. Kava dumpa kulpa hiya mokata, wanga kumbist, kinda mulera. Ka kinchana kokba kon, kava dumpa kulpa hiya botenya.
This is for the best. We could use those credits from these duels, but using your real name is too risky. The Sith might have come across a crew manifest back on the Endar Spire.
Ako chikopa. Chino mulera king pajak. Snima puituana. Awana rota. Ayot tago. Kankido vanayi mechus. Kochis kanayo. Toga ya fulke, gokola jiji, wacha nechu, uchang yon torong chiwefa, ola una chinek, bamulera kun biskin.
Ladies and gentlemen, draw your eyes to the center ring. We have a very special presentation in store for you. You've seen him lose night after night after night, but this time he's after fresh meat. In this corner I give you Deadeye Duncan! And in the other corner, a relative newcomer to the Taris dueling scene, emerging from the shadows with no history, no past, and no name. The mysterious stranger! It's over! The fight is over! The mysterious stranger has won! But really, are any of us surprised? Deadeye losing isn't news. You have to do better than that to impress us, stranger.
What do you want? Oh, let me guess. You beat me in the dueling ring, and now you're gonna rub it in my face. Yeah, well, I'm used to it. So pardon me if I ignore your gloating. Questions? I don't have to answer your questions just because you beat me in the ring. Look, I admit it, you're better than me. Everyone's better than me. Blindfolded, one-legged tack with a rusty knife, you probably beat me, okay? Is that what you wanted to hear? You satisfied yet? Are you happy now that you've taken the last shred of dignity I have? Slime rat.
I see you got your feet wet in the duel ring. Not bad. You've got real talent, kid. Stick with it and you'll go places. Goodbye, stranger. Maybe we'll talk again later.
What do you want? Wait, let me guess. Now that you're a duelist, you figure we have something in common. Something to chat about, right? Wrong. Just because we're both duelists doesn't mean we're suddenly friends. So give me some space, stranger. I've got nothing more to say to you.
I saw your match against Duncan. Not bad for a rookie. But Deadeye's a joke. Even after I lost the use of my fingers, I can still beat him. Go talk to Azure, the duel organizer, if you want to step up to the big leagues. I'll show you what it's like to fight a real duelist.
Chachiskadon puta, kasabu baka, ho 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 ho. Mochaudonga, ya fulki, Chiyoka kolmolera. Quien conjo peshak, nova moleraji. Jarion toranchi, aitatia. Pula una chinek, bamuleras limoanga kubisking. Chachiskadon puta, kasabu baka, ho 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 ho. Mochaudonga, ya fulki, Taris manaris, Tonjone ahakonon. Mulera yonunaze, Chichin wibedwa naitawish, muline bomone, Uvana tula boda, Okochikopa. Chino mulera king pajak, Snima poituana. Chiyoka kolmolera, King konjo peshak, Nova muleraji. Jarion toranchi, aitatia. Pula una chinek, bamuleras limoanga kubisking.
Ladies and gentlemen, draw your eyes to the center ring. We have a very special presentation in store for you. In this corner, one of the greats, a man so tough, even a disfiguring injury couldn't end his career. I give you Gerlon Two Fingers. And in the other corner, a relative newcomer to the Taris dueling scene, emerging from the shadows with no history, no past, and no name, the mysterious stranger! It's over! The fight is over! The mysterious stranger has won! Gerlon losing to a rookie. Is this a sign that his injuries have finally caught up with him? Or is the mysterious stranger for real? Only time will tell.
You beat me fair and square, stranger. But if I still had the use of my fingers, you wouldn't have won. Back before my injury, I would have mopped the ring up with you.
What do you want? Oh, let me guess. You beat me in the dueling ring, and now you're gonna rub it in my face. Yeah, well, I'm used to it. So pardon me if I ignore your gloating. Oh, well, okay. Goodbye, then.
I see you got your feet wet in the duel ring. Not bad. You've got real talent, kid. Stick with it and you'll go places. Goodbye, stranger.
What do you want? Wait, let me guess. Now that you're a duelist, you figure we have something in common. Wrong. Just because we're both duelists doesn't mean we're suddenly friends.
Chachiska don puta, kasabu baka, mocha odonga, ya fulki, chiyoka con molera, quien conjo peshak, no va moleraji, cherion toranchi, aitatia, pulo. Chachiska don puta, kasabu baka, Tawa narota, ayot tagwa, kankido banayi mechus, kochis kanayo, akoche kopa, chino molera king pajak, slimo puitla. Chiyoka con molera, quien conjo pesha, no va moleraji. Cherion toranchi, aitatia, pula chinek, va molera slimo.
Ladies and gentlemen, draw your eyes to the center ring. We have a very special presentation in store for you. Over in this corner, a woman with steel on her bones and ice water in her veins. She's cold and quick as death itself. You know her. You love her. Ice. And in the other corner, a rising star taking that first step into the big leagues. I give you the mysterious stranger. It's over! The fight is over! The mysterious stranger has won! Ice is knocked out cold! Looks like we have a rising star in the mysterious stranger, folks. But how high can this star soar? You'll just have to watch and see.
I've never been one to shy away from the cold, hard truth, so I'll just come right out and say it. I can't compete with the likes of you, stranger. I know when I'm overmatched. You're good. Very good. But you're wrong if you think that means I'm suddenly going to warm up to you. Truth is, I really don't have anything more to say. So you might as well move on.
Chachiska don puta, kasabubaka, mocha odonga, ya fulki, chioka kolmolera, quien conjo peshak, no va moleraji, cherion toranchi. Chachiska don puta, kasabubaka, uchang yon turun chiwefa, ola una chinek, ba mulera kunbi ako chikopa, chino mulera king pajak, chioka kol mulera, king konjo peshak, no ba muleraji, cherion toranchi, aitatia. Pula una chinek, bamulera slimoanga kubisking.
Ladies and gentlemen, draw your eyes to the center ring. We have a very special presentation in store for you. He's a legend in the sport, a 20-year veteran who still knows how to show the young kids a trick or two. Let's have a big hand for Marl! But there's always some young gun coming up to knock the veterans off. And we've got one of the best right here. I give you the Mysterious Stranger. It's over! The fight is over! The Mysterious Stranger has won! Marl is down, and questions abound! Is this the end for the long-time bet? Is it time for Marl to hang up his spurs? And what of the Mysterious Stranger? Twitch is waiting in the wings. Do you dare take a shot at the champion himself? Will the wild-eye wonder finally be unseated?
I've never been one to shy away from the cold, hard truth. You're good. Very good. But
You're good, stranger. Maybe even as good as Bendak in his prime. There's no shame in losing to you. But when you beat me, you made me realize something, kid. First, it was just Twitch I couldn't handle. Now it's you and Twitch. Pretty soon, there'll be another young hotshot clawing past me in the rankings. This game's been good to me, but my time is done. I need to get away from the duel rings for a while, think things over. Goodbye, stranger. I wish you all the best.
Chachiska don puta, kasabubaka, mocha odonga, yakiyoka kolmolera, quien conjo peshak, nova moleraji, jerion toranchi,
What? Why are you speaking to me? Can't you tell from my clothing that I'm of the nobility? Get away from me. I can't be seen talking with a common rabble. It wouldn't be proper for a man of my standing.
Leave me alone. I'm not giving out any auto prints to my fans today. What? You don't recognize me? I'm Bendick Starkiller, the most famous blaster slinger on Taris. Over 100 duels without a loss. Every one of them a death match. I'm retired now. Once death matches became illegal, I just got bored with the game. I got no interest in using stun blasters. There was nobody left to challenge me anyway. I've seen you in the dueling ring, but you haven't impressed me. Now, if you could beat all these other pretenders, that might get my attention. Since I'm not going to answer them, you'd just be wasting your breath. So, move along before people see us talking and think I'm signing auto prints today. I don't want to be mobbed. Off with you then. I'm done with this conversation anyway.
Bastila, I was wondering something. How did those Vulkars manage to capture a famous Jedi like you? Were you knocked out when your escape pod crashed?
No, I was conscious. But my force powers were exhausted from using my battle meditation in the battle for the Ender Spire. Without my help, you might have never gotten off the ship alive.
Fair enough, but I've seen you Jedi in action. There's no way those thugs could have stood a chance against your lightsaber.
My lightsaber was misplaced. I couldn't find it after the crash. I looked everywhere in that pod. The Vulkars came and overwhelmed me even as I was searching for my weapon.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You lost your lightsaber? I mean, isn't that a violation of some kind of Jedi code or something?
This is no laughing matter. During the crash, my lightsaber must have fallen from my belt and rolled under my seat. The Vulkars probably found it there when they searched the wreckage.
Hey, don't get mad. I'm sorry. It's just funny to think of a legendary Jedi losing her lightsaber. Take my advice. This is one detail you might want to keep out of the history texts.
I hardly consider myself a legend, Carth. Though I will consider your advice when I relate these events to the Jedi Council. There is no need for them to know every detail of what transpired.
Uh-huh.
Yes?
Welcome back. Are you in need of healing or medical supplies? I can treat you right here at the center for almost any condition, except the Rakghoul disease, of course. The terrible affliction has plagued Taris for many generations. It is spread by the Rakghouls, horrible monsters that live in the Undercity below Taris's great skyscrapers. Prolonged exposure to the Undercity breeds the disease, and those infected will eventually mutate into Rakghouls themselves, becoming mindless beasts that feed on the flesh of others. There is no antidote for the disease, though I heard the Republic scientists at the military base here on Taris were close to perfecting a cure. Then the Sith arrived. They overran the military base, and now they refuse to allow anyone access to the laboratories inside. The Sith are keeping all the serum for the patrols they send into the Undercity. If I could just get my hands on a sample of that serum, the Rakghoul disease could be wiped from the face of Taris forever. But I don't see how that's going to happen. I couldn't afford to give you more than a few med packs and a handful of credits. The medical center can barely afford to stay open as it is. But it hardly matters anyway. I don't see how anyone could get their hands on that serum. The military base is crawling with Sith guards. Breaking in there would be a suicide mission. I suppose the Sith patrols in the Undercity might have a sample of the serum on them, if they hadn't already used it because of a Rakghoul infection. But I doubt a patrol would just hand the serum over, and nobody is stupid enough to attack one of the Sith patrols, even in the Undercity. Please, don't say that! If the Sith hear you, they might think I'm suggesting you start attacking their patrols. They could shut me down. I only mentioned the serum because you asked. I don't actually expect anyone to get me the serum. Now, is there anything else I can do for you? Of course. Just step over here and I'll show you what I have in stock. My prices are very reasonable. Just what I need to keep this facility operating.
You there. Wait a minute. I need to talk to you about the Rakghoul serum. I've got an offer for you might want to hear. Zelka isn't the only one who wants to get his hands on the Rakghoul serum. Davik Kang will pay you 10 times what Zelka can if you can get the cure. Davik's interested in anything that can turn a profit. He could make a fortune selling the serum to anyone infected with the disease. Not like Zelka, who'll practically give it away. Davik isn't the kind of guy you can just walk up to, you know. He likes to keep his business at arm's length. The best thing to do is to take the Rakghoul serum to Zax. He runs the Lower City Bounty Office, but everyone knows he also works for Davik. He'll make it worth your while. Look, Zelka can't afford to pay me much. If you sell the serum to Davik, I can probably get a nice finder's fee for directing you to him. I'll just deny it. Who's Zelka gonna believe? Me or some off-world stranger? Now be smart about this. You'll get a better deal selling to Davik.
And then only the wealthiest patrons could acquire the cure. That's hardly fair.
If you haven't noticed, not much about this place is fair.
That doesn't mean we have to actively work to make it worse, Karth.
We're not in a position to be much more than just realists, are we?
I'm a Jedi. I will always try to help if I can.
If you find the Rakghoul serum, just take it to Zax in the Lower City Bounty Office. He works for Davik. He'll pay you what that cure is really worth.
She offered to. She enjoyed it out. And was it good? And keep me on Bolivia. When now for the Klufta. Oh,
Get out of here, you goggle-eyed freak! You're too ugly for the upper city.
Yeah, go back to where you came from. We don't want your kind up here.
And keep me on Bolivia.
What do you care what happens to some scummy alien? He's just a freak.
Yeah, he isn't even supposed to be in the upper city. Oh! Run for it!
Uh-huh. Yes?
Bastila, did you ever think about joining all the Jedi who were running off to follow Revan and Malak when they went to fight the Mandalorians?
That was nearly 5 years ago. I was still an apprentice. My battle meditation hadn't even manifested itself. Yet even then I had the wisdom to obey the will of the Council. Unlike Revan.
I guess. Still, do you ever wonder if things could have been different? Would Revan and Malak still have been corrupted if the Council had supported them instead of dragging its feet?
Do not blame Revan's corruption on the Council. Your Republic saw only the threat of the Mandalorians, but the wisdom of the Masters saw beyond the immediate threat. There was something lurking out there. Something that devoured Revan and Malak, and many other Jedi. Had the Council sent us all into the unknown, how many more would have fallen?
So you're saying we should have done nothing? Just let the Mandalorians conquer us unopposed? I mean, the Republic was under attack, and the Order abandoned us.
We did not abandon you. But the Council were not about to throw lives away foolishly. In time, we would have aided you against the Mandalorians. But you couldn't wait. Revan and Malak offered a quicker answer, and the Republic chose to walk the easy path rather than the path of wisdom. Now we see the results all around us. You asked me if I think things could have been different. I know they could have. If Revan had only listened to the Council, millions of innocent people would still be alive.
Yeah, right. And every single one of them would have been speaking Mandalorian. I think we're done here. Let's just get back to the task at hand.
Listen to me, people. The terrible scourge sweeping our planet. Heed my warning before...
This elevator is off limits. Only Sith patrols and those with proper authorization are allowed into the lower city. It's obvious from the way you're dressed that you're not one of the Sith patrols, so unless you have the authorization papers, you must move along. Well, why didn't you say so? Everything seems to be in order. Okay, I guess you can go down to the lower city. Just be careful down there. Those swoop gangs will take a shot at anybody. Even our Sith patrols have come under fire.
What can I do?
Yes, Upworlder? Is there something you need? I'm Trellin, from the Outcast Village. It's my job to guard the gates and see they are locked to protect us from the rat ghouls. Goodbye, Upworlder.
Let's go! Time to rumble!
Help me. Please. I can feel it inside my skin. Something growing. Like some kind of hideous disease. No! No! I can feel it! Ah!
Yes?
Yes?
What?
Yes?
Uh-huh.
Yes?
You there, civilian. This is a restricted area. What are you doing down here? Look out! It's an ambush!
Yes?
What? Ready?
I'm here.
The rak ghoul disease can infect you. It can transform you into one of those monsters. I've seen it happen.
Welcome back, Upworlder. I'm surprised to see you again. Many of your kind have passed through our village recently, but few have bothered to speak with me or my people. Why have you come into this dark and sunless place? Is there something you need of me or my village? I will help you however I can. We are the outcasts, shunned from the surface for our crimes and banished here to the Undercity. We banded together to form this village that we might survive in this hostile environment. I am Gendar, leader of this village, as my father was and as was his father before him. Many of us have been here for generations, our ancestors cast down long ago. There is no return to the surface for us or our descendants, but somehow we managed to survive amidst the filth and roaming bands of deadly rat ghouls. The rat ghouls are monsters, hideous mutations who feast on the flesh of our villagers. Their diseased jaws can infect those they attack, transforming the victim into one of those abominations. We know of no cure for the disease, and for the good of the village, we must banish any who become infected, lest they transform and turn on us. As you wish, Upworlder. Should you have need of anything else, come speak to me. I represent the entire village, and I will do my best to help you however I can.
Greetings once more, Upworlder. Do you bring news of my apprentice? Have you discovered her fate and proved yourself to be a true savior of my people?
It is as I feared, then. She joins the list of those who have given their lives in the service of our cause. But though I am saddened by this news, there is yet hope. By finding my apprentice, you have proved yourself worthy, Upworlder. You are to be the beacon on our path to salvation. You will guide us to the Promised Land. You are marked, Upworlder. Even my dim old eyes can see the mantle of destiny that cloaks you. Perhaps old Rookhill knows you better than you know yourself. I am old. I have lived 100 years in the Undercity, cast down into the darkness. I know the legends and history of our people, and now you must learn it too. The great city of Taris covers the entire surface of this planet. There is no land to grow food. Kelp harvests and the creatures of the sea are our only food source. A century ago, rising levels of toxic pollution poisoned the oceans, and famine swept the planet. The rich hoarded food for their own use, and the poor were left to starve and die.
From what I've seen of Taris, it doesn't look like much has changed. Except for the upper city, people here are just as bad off as the poor in your little history.
But the poor rose up against this tyranny, and civil war engulfed the planet. Millions died in the fighting, and huge sections of Taris were destroyed or abandoned. The rebellion was crushed in the end. Thousands were taken prisoner. The jails could not hold them all, and so the practice of banishing all prisoners to the Undercity was born. Many brave men and women were banished here to the Undercity for their part in the rebellion. People like my father and grandfather were cast down, along with their families. Now we live a dark existence beneath the streets of Taris, a life devoid of all hope but one, the Promised Land. And you will be the one to show us the way to get there. Legends tell of a self-sufficient colony founded just before the famine and lost during the Civil War. A paradise beneath the Undercity where droid servants tend to every need. For many years I searched for the Promised Land, just as my grandfather and father did before me. When I became old and gray, my apprentice continued the search on my behalf.
Sounds like a myth to me. Something to give the people here some false hope to cling to so they don't go mad with despair.
I have collected many clues hinting at its location. The journal of my apprentice provides yet more information. But still, there are too many pieces missing from this puzzle. But I know my father and grandfather each had journals where they recorded their own discoveries. Perhaps with their journals, I could at last uncover its hidden location. I have nothing to offer if you help me in this. I hope the knowledge that you are helping the entire village escape a life of darkness and suffering is reward enough. It is many decades since my father set out on his journey, but I remember he was eager to explore the sewers. You might want to begin your search there. I wish you luck in your quest, Upworlder. The future survival of this village, of my people, depends on you.
Wait, Upworlder. You can't go through this gate. There is too much danger and suffering beyond. For your own sake, turn back. The villagers infected with the Rakghoul disease are quarantined beyond this gate. It's only a matter of time until they transform into horrible creatures that would destroy us all.
So you just lock them away in a cage?
For the sake of the village, we have to keep the infected ones locked away. And when they finally do transform into Rakghouls, we'll let them destroy each other. If you have questions, you should speak to Gendar. He's the leader of this village. All my attention has to stay focused on trying to ease the suffering of those within the village. But despite my medical training, there is nothing I can do to help the poor souls locked on the other side of this gate. The villagers infected with the Rakghoul disease are quarantined beyond this gate. It's only a matter of time until they transform into horrible creatures.
So you just lock them away in a cage?
For the sake of the village, we have to keep the infected ones locked away. I can't stop you from going through the gates, Upworlder, but if the infected ones have already transformed into Rakghouls, you'll be walking into your grave.
Welcome back, Upworlder. How goes your quest? Have you found the journals of my father and grandfather? Can it be true? Is it possible that at long last, the dream of my father and grandfather before him will be fulfilled? I can hardly bear to look. Yes, of course. Now I understand. It all makes sense. Now I see why the Promised Land has been so hard to find. It is so obvious. You have done a great thing, Upworlder. A selfless act that will bring great joy to all the people of this village. I must take this to Gendar right away.
Frukill, what do you want now? Have you more fables of a hidden paradise just waiting for us to find it?
You may not think these are fables after you see what I have brought you, Gendar. Look at these journals!
What? No, it can't be. Are these real, Frukill? Is this information accurate?
I swear to you everything in these journals is true, Gendar. The Promised Land. I told you I would find it.
The entrance is far from here, Frukill. It will take us weeks to get there, perhaps even months. And we will have to cross many Rakghoul-infested areas.
I do not deny the journey will be hard, Gendar. But surely it is better than the miserable life we have here.
Wise words, Frukill. Our supplies are high right now. We could leave by nightfall. I will tell the others to prepare for the journey.
Thank you once again, Upworlder. I will say a final goodbye. For where we are going, I fear you cannot come. The journey to the Promised Land is long and arduous. No, Upworlder. I cannot ask that. The journey will take many, many weeks, and those who make the journey cannot return. That was the final secret of the Promised Land. When the colony was created, it was designed so that people could enter willingly, but they could never leave again. This was to ensure secrecy on the project. We must part ways here, Upworlder. I sense your destiny is yet to be chosen. The destiny of my people is at the end of the long journey ahead of us.
How can I help? The surface of Taris is covered with an urban skyscrape. Its glittering spires belie the decay that lies in its lower reaches, however. Beyond that, there is little else I can tell you. Then I suggest we move on.
Yes?
Oh, hello again. Hope you didn't come to make a complaint about the mess in the building. I keep asking for an assistant, but they expect me to do it all on my own. I should get back to work anyway. I'll probably see you around. I'm here most of the time. The building doesn't clean itself, you know.
Kavadumpa kapalia monapata, bonanakachu. Yin kin kun no ba mule rachi kun, dong na bun shanyuyang.
Napotani unkismat toma. Tukning nang kongkun na murira rabes. Wanakun bes. Namurira. Boyo. Unkipian porupio.
Welcome to the Equipment Emporium. Finest selection of supplies in all of Taris. You interested in seeing what I have in stock? Because of the Sith quarantine, I haven't been able to stock any new inventory, but I've still got some nice items you might be interested in.
What do you want now? You're not going to tell Davik's bounty hunters where I'm hiding, are you? I knew you were here to kill me. Well, I won't go down without a fight.
You cannot win.
Time to rumble.
My mama says I have to stay out of the lower city. That's where the bad people live.
Don't hurt my family. Look, just take what—
You ain't supposed to be here. This ain't your home.
I remember when a person didn't have to worry about thieves rummaging through their home.
Kin kun shi kaikachin awana wamata. Nishi la chorga kin kun pala mula reji. Ching pala niska mule tun rata tigin potranko. Witimembo rangtong. Mule ra on shaturing ni patoga wanga chonzi tse. Ika krotu hakujije. Watu yama kama wuna henak nek. Kipuna. Bona na kichu. Kin ba mule radwana, dong kin ba no kudnok nek. Kava numpa kumpialia monokata, ranga kun bis kin no moruat. Kakin chana guana brakon.
You'd think people would be a little more tolerant of others in this day and age. I guess stupidity and ignorance will never go out of style.
Genchopa chawi tichok twis yun kun, watu yama kama wuna henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa chawa, dong abuk shami no nok. Chinapala mule, tong ki ba non tontek, dun ni chachon kun ne mule brabast. Kin kun shi kaikachin awana wamata. Nishi la chorga kin kun pala mule reji. Ching pala niska mule dun rata tigin potranko. Desarcha doma wana kondatama. Kuyami, jvuk chikchita na patogta, yafulke gogala jiji, kawana boda atugawa, kankido rakun, watimi alabola. Kakin cha na guat na bon kon, wana kumbes, chi pala mulek, tonki pa nagnonek, tu nikton chun chun ke nemolek rabest, wuf mala nibo gurk. Tangabun shan nang, wanga kun bist kin ba mularak, choni yun tun jiji either dwana, kava volpa mulji gumana? Tanga bok sha nagnong, kin kun shin kin, ni kin kun na bule mule raji kun, chuni yun ni jiji al dwana, kava volpa muli kumana? Kavadumpa kapalia monapata, bonanakachu. Yin kin kun no ba mule rachi kun, tong na bun shanuyang. Chinapala mule, tong ki ba non tontek, dun ni chachon kun ne mule brabast. Tanga bok sha nagnong, kin kun shin kin, ni kin kun na Tangabun shan nang, wanga kun bist kin ba mularak, choni yun tun jiji either dwana, kava volpa mulji gumana? Tanga bok sha nagnong, kin kun shin kin, ni kin kun na bule mule raji kun, chuni yun ni jiji al dwana, kava volpa muli kumana? Hachu apanki, jishawa anibong kasha, chona si ichua byongbo joni, minamamato mu. Mokao dangya foki, chachiska to punta kakaspaka, bano oto. Watawama muliri, kin kun shopeshwa, no bamule raji, jone yuturi yanchi, either bola unchi chinek, bah mulir, selima wanga kun bitkin.
What can I do?
A play! Spreads through our streets. We cannot sit idly by while this pox infects our society.
I figured you'd be back. Neither of us is getting off this planet unless we work together. But we've got a small problem. I haven't heard about anyone breaking into the military base yet, so I know you don't have those departure codes. If you want me to help you, you've got to bring something to the table. So until you get those codes, we really don't have much to talk about. Getting in won't be easy. The Sith base is protected by an encrypted security system. It would take a top-of-the-line astromech droid to slice through it. But that little T3 unit you got from Janice should be good enough to get the job done. Glad to hear it. I'll be waiting right here.
This better be important. I'm trying to watch the dancing girls. You got some news about Dia or something? Really? Huh. I guess that's it then. A real shame it had to come to this. She was a good-looking gal despite her temper. Ah well, plenty more ladies out there for me. If you want to collect the bounty, go talk to Zax. I gave him the credits for safekeeping. As far as I'm concerned, my part in this is over. Fine by me. That means I get to go back to enjoying the dancing girls.
Kipuna, Onana Kacho, Kimba Mulera Tuana, Taupa Botenya Gojojo Piti, Kavadumpa Kulpahia Mokata, Wanga Kutachi Chonaifa Odunga, Taukum Justak Mikegrabil Mogo, Torpada Vukwayagam, Rundi Hautunga, Tonkimba Mankongek. Wana kumbes, chimpaya mui, kununkabi. Chiyoka kolmolera, quien conjo peshak, nova moleraji. Kerion toranchi, aitatia, pulauna chinek, bamulera slim. Kachichonai Faudunga, Taukum Justak Mikegrabil Mogo, Torpada Vukwayagando Danaga Chuchut, Moga Shampumpa, Buchibeduanani Bobo, Tungmabung Shanungang, Muchitito Aki, Jijaku.
You don't intend to work as a bounty hunter, do you? What need could you possibly have for so many credits?
Taris Manaris, Donjonea Hakonong, Mulera Yonunaze, Jijing Wibidwana Itawish, Muline Bomone, Urana Tula Boda, Yamijusa, Ayo Honopis, Tuula Jiyokako, Tunirana no Prata Tuncho, Searcha Toma Toma, Kalavui Pamulji, Kumana, Kinkon Shashi King, Neken Kornova Mulera Jekun, Wana Kumbes, Chimpala Muli, Tunirana no Prata Kachicho Naifa Odunga. Taukum Justak Mikegrabil Mogo, Torpada Vukwayagando Danaga Chuchut, Moga Shampumpa, Boya. Rundi Hautunga Tonkimba Mankongek, Wana Kumbes, Chimpayamui, Kununkabi, Tuknen Tangjo, Kunne Mulirabest. Kachichonai Faudunga, Taukum Justak Mikegrabil Mogo, Torpada Vukwayagando Danaga Chuchut, Moga Shampumpa, Kipuna, Onana Kacho, Kimba Muliratwana, Taupa Botenya Gojojo Piti, Kavadumpa Kulpahia Mokata, Wanga Kumbis, Kimba Tunirana no Prata Tuncho, Searcha Toma Toma, Kalavui Pamulji, Kumana, Kinkon Shashi King, Neken Kornova Mulera Jekun, Wana Kumbis, Chimpala Tunirana no Prata Tuncho, Searcha Toma Toma, Kalavui Pamulji, Kumana, Kinkon Shashi King, Neken Kornova Mulera Jekun, Wana Kumchiyoka Kolmolera, Kinkonjo Peshak, Nova Muleraji, Jerion Toranchi, Aitatia, Pulauna Chinek, Bamulera Slimoanga Kubiskin, Tava Pudo, Tonerana no Prata Dunkno, Searcha, Choapanki, Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kun. Tuniran na no prata tunkyo sercha toma toma. Kalawe pamulje kumana. Kinkon shashiken. Neken ko no bamulera jekun. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri tawis manawis. Tongjone ahakonong. Mulera yonunaze. Jijin wibedwa naitawish muline bomone. Ubana tula boda. Kava tumpa kulpi ya mokapapa. Jiskani cho. Yinkin kono bamure rachikun. Tog na wong shanonjang. Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhungka. Tawis manawis. Tongjone ahakonong. Mulera yonunaze. Jijin wibedwa naitawish. Muline bomon tonga buksha umnenon. Kava voi pamulsli. Kumanabak mulira. Juni yun tunjichi. Aita doat. Laboda na winkis matoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuunkavi. Yinnoba mulera kinkun chikun. Mucha shag pangpa. Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes. Kipona. Ona na kacho. Kimba mulera tuana. Taupa botenya go jojo piti. Kava tumpa kulpa iya mokata. Tunirana no prata tunkyo. Sercha toma toma. Kava voi pamulje kumana. Kinkon shashiken. Neken. Chiyoka kolmolera. Kinkon peshak. Nova moleraji. Jariyon torang chi. Aitatia. Pula una chimek. Bap. Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes. Tunirana no prata tunkyo. Sercha toma toma. Kalawe pamulje kumana. Kinkon shashiken. Neken ko tachichon naita haudunga. Taukum justak mike grabil mogo. Torpada vukwaya gandoda naga chuchut. Mogasha rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhungkabi. Tuknen tangjo. Kava tumpa kulpi yeya mokapapa. Jiskani cho. Yinkin kono bamure rachikun. Tog na wong shanun. Tawis manawis. Tongjone ahakonong. Mulera yonunaze. Tomba toras materia. Hehe. Ashuta. Wonga kumbis dolpiki konye. Chiyoka kolmolera. Kinkonjo peshak. Nova moleraji. Jariyon torang chi. Aitatia. Jibedwa nani bobo. Tong namuung shanungang. 같이 존나이 싸우던가. 더욱 굶주스탁 밑에 밥을 먹어. 돌바다본 거야 야감보다 나가 쭈쭈. 뭐가 샴푸파. 돈바토가 스막들이야. 헤헤 아슈타. 뭔가 군비스돌. 같이 존나이 싸우던가. 더욱 굶주스탁 밑에 밥을 먹어. 돌바다본 거야 집에도 왔나니 보고. 동나무 샤눈자. 같이 존나이 싸우던가. 더욱 굶주스탁 밑에 밥을 먹어. 돌바다 돈바토가 스마킬리아. 헤헤 아슈타. 기억가 걸머리라. 빈곤조 배샥 노가 몰래라지. 저리연토랑치 아이타티아. 집에도 왔나니 보고. 동나무 샤눈장. 같이 존나이 싸우던가. 더욱 굶주스탁 밑에 밥을 먹어. 돈바토가 스막들이야. 헤헤 아슈타. 뭔가 군 지옥가 걸머리라. 빈곤조 배샥 노가 몰래라지. 저리연토랑 집에도 왔나니 보고. 동나무 샤눈자. 같이 존나이 싸우던가. 더욱 굶주스탁 밑에 밥을 집에도 왔나니 보고. 동나무 샤눈장. 무지티토아키. Kavatumpa kulpieja moka papa. Siskamicho. Inkin konoba mule rachikum. Tognavung shanun. Tawan nalota ayot tago. Kankidoba naimechus kochis kanayo. Ako chikopa. Gino molera king pajak. Slimo puitwana. Jibedwana ni bobo. Tongnamun shanunjang. Uchang yon torong chiwefa. Wala na chinek. Bamulera kut. Jibedwana ni bobo. Tongnamun shanunjang. Muchitito aki jijaku.